Hello, world of YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, McMahon. It's your B Mitchie like Letchy here with another episode of It's Toys and Things. And today's video is going to focus on some vintage toys that I picked up recently. So I haven't done a video on some vintage toys in a long while. Kind of got wrapped up in all the modern toys and dolls, you know, American Girl, Build-A-Bear, all that good stuff. And while they're all great and I love them very much and they all hold a special place in my heart and my collection, but what it comes down to is vintage toys. They will always be number one, first and foremost in my collection. They are what got me back into, or not said back into, but really into hardcore collecting toys, is these vintage toys. It is a huge part of myself, my number one hobby, my number one passion, and then of course it is a big part in my collection because I have a lot of vintage toys, dolls, PVC, merchandise, the whole nine. I have it all because I just love vintage toys. So I'm always on the lookout for vintage toys. But you know, as the years go by, things get harder and harder to find, especially at good, reasonable prices, and especially with this kind of like collection bubble we're in, especially with the vintage toys right now. They're, you know, that all kind of started with the pandemic with people wanting to collect, and it drove prices up. So it's kind of hard to find good vintage toys right now for a good price. But the deals are still out there. There's still decent prices and whatnot, and that's kind of one thing I want to talk about in this video. So I recently picked up these Mighty Max toys, and if you're unfamiliar with Mighty Max, they're basically boy Polly Pockets. They're actually made by the same company that made Polly Pockets, which is Bluebird. Actually, I should have brought out one of my vintage Polly Pockets here, but we'll take a look at one of them maybe in another video. But these are basically like kind of horror themed, or scary themed, or gross out themed. You know, more targeted towards your boy audience. So I went ahead and picked up two of these from my local favorite toy shop, which is called Their Action Figures. I am wearing one of their shirts right now, and yeah, so a good buddy of mine runs this store, and he usually has very good prices on all of his things. So I picked up these vintage Mighty Max. He had quite a little collection. I guess someone sold their collection. So I've been eyeing a lot of these compacts for a while now, and I just decided to go ahead and buy them because on eBay I have a few up on my watch list that are like new in box, because I would like to, or new on card I should say. I would eventually like to get one of them just for my collection. But I'm not going to dive too deep in these. Like, I'm not going to want every single little thing, because I know this is a wide variety of stuff, just like Polly Pockets were. And they're hard to come by complete because of the small pieces that come inside these play sets. So they're hard to come by complete. So I was able to find these two complete for a very, very good price. So I'm happy about that. So let's just kind of dive into these. So when I did a little bit of, like, I wouldn't say research, just kind of look up what exactly I got here, because I'm not familiar. I can't say, oh, this is this, or oh, this is that, because I'm not, you know, familiar. But this one's called a Horror Hound's Werewolf Head, I believe, 1993 Bluebird Toys. And another reason I picked these up is because whoever had these had them in really, really good condition. The paint on them is really, really good. So let's try to give you guys a better look. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. So definitely thank you for joining in. And if you're not new to my channel, then you're probably wondering, hey, you know, I got a new setup. So I'm trying a new setup here, which is like, this is my laptop desk. I cleared it off and decided I could use something to like sit down, with like a better view and show you guys things that will be up to my level too, because sometimes I'm like reaching down and trying to show you guys things or having things on my lap, and that can be kind of cumbersome. But anyway, I didn't mean to go into a rant about that. Just wanted to show off my new setup here, and let me know down in the comments if you guys like this new setup. So we'll see how it goes. I'm comfortable where I'm at. This is my favorite spot in my house. It's my Chase Lounge. I'm surrounded by my toys because it's in my living room, and my living room is decorated with my toys, so it's a good happy spot. So anyway, back to the Mighty Max toys. So like I said, this one's Horror Hounds werewolf, and very, very good paint job still on him. And of course, if you guys are new here, you probably wouldn't know, but if you're not, one of my main aesthetics is like kawaii, pastel, neon, 80s, very colorful, pastel tie-dye, rainbow tie-dye, stuff like that. But another big part of my aesthetic is creepy and spooky and scary. I love all of that, so this is why I picked out these certain play sets, because they're kind of creepy and spooky, and especially this little guy here. So let's go ahead and open him up. So we have, this is what he looks like in the play set. It looks like he's got like a, actually kind of reminds me of a little mini Castle Grayskull, actually, with the stairs and the second floor and the little creepy tree and a door. And then what makes up his ears, which are actually kind of like genius but a little creepy at the same time, are these bat dogs, I guess you could say. Those are actually his ears. So if you can see that right there, that's one ear. This is another ear. And these two aren't the same. So one is kind of in a sitting position, and one is like, he's like walking, if you guys can see that clearly. There you go. So I think that shows him off pretty good. And the detail on the ears is really, really good. Has vinyl where he kind of looks like they would be rubbery, like soft to the touch if you were to ever touch the bat's ears, I guess. And then he comes with what I believe is a little cage here. So as I'm playing with these, this is actually my first time really playing with these. So again, I am no expert at these. So I'm not like, oh, this goes here, this goes here, this is, I'm just not that. This is kind of like my first time really playing with these myself. So it looks like it has a little cage with an eyeball, which sticks out of the set. So the werewolf has his eyeball. And then we take that out. And then we have our little Mighty Max figure. And it looks like he has a lantern. He's carrying a little tiny... How do those YouTubers do that? Look, this is how you do it, guys. This is how you do it. You block the figure. That's exactly what you do. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he's holding his little lantern. He's cute. I like him. I should have really brought out one of my little vintage polys to compare in size. Maybe they could be boyfriend and girlfriend. They look really cute. Paint job is really, really good on the little guy. Whoever had these prior took care of them. And inside we have where there's like some bones, a cross, the little cage that Mighty Max was in. And then you have the tongue, and then on the outside here, if you can see that, looks like his innards, tongues, I guess you could say. And then he would close up like that. But after you put his ears back in, and you put this cage back in, which fills in his eye socket there. So, yeah. It does have a stamp on the back, Mighty Max, Bluebird Toys, 1993. It's not giving me the name of it. I had to look up the name. That's how I know it's Horror Hounds werewolf. Very, very cute. And I got him for $15 at the store, their action figures, which I was telling you about earlier. It's my buddy's store, and that's a good price, complete, especially in the condition they're in. Hardly no paint wear on this guy right here. And they're super cute. I just really like them. Just like I like Polly Pockets, even though I have some of them. I have a lot of the modern ones more than I have more vintage, because, again, these play sets are hard to come by, complete, with all the little pieces, and especially with good paint on them. So let's dig into Mr. Big Guy here. Mr. Big Guy is called, I forgot already, and I looked it up. Zoom Doom's Battle Cat. Oh my god, I had the name and I totally forgot. Anyway, if you remember, let me know down in the comments. But so he's like a battle cat. Paint job on him is excellent. On the back it says 1993 Bluebird Toys. Again, with the same logo that it's on the Polly Pockets. And he has two hinges right here. And when I was first looking at this guy in the toy store, I was kind of wondering, okay, there's a hinge here and there's a hinge there. How do we open this guy up? And my buddy showed me you just kind of open his face up like so. And inside he's very colorful, which I really like about this line. I really love this purple. Very colorful line. So he's got a lot going on in this playset because it is bigger. So he has like a woolly mammoth here who actually makes up part of the Battle Cat's teeth. And again, I cannot stress enough how these look pretty much brand new, in my opinion. So he has the blood detailing on the tusks of this woolly mammoth, which also act as his teeth. And then we have the little flap here that can move, which is the bottom part of the Battle Cat's teeth. And inside is our little Mighty Max, who's hiding. And he's carrying a wrench. And he's super, super cute. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, so I'm not so good at this. Maybe I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I love it. So, yeah. There's our little Mighty Max dude. He's chilling with a wrench. It looks like he got trapped in some sort of cell here again. I do believe there's a cartoon with this series. Maybe I should watch it because your boy Mighty Max always looks like he's trapped. And this comes with a guy who actually is a pretty cool little sculpt. And he acts as someone who's carrying a huge rock. But the rock on the outside, as you can see, that is red and split. And that's actually part of his eye. So when you put this back in its spot, it pops out of like that, and then you can see that's like part of his eye. So I kind of like the theme of these being like two things. Like, not only is this a woolly mammoth with some tusks, but it's also part of the playset's overall aesthetic because it is part of the playset's teeth in this instance. So we have a lot of little crevices, bones, dinosaurs on this one. I was wondering if these open up. They kind of look like they do. Oh, yes, there we go. I knew they had to. There we go. Alright, so he's opened up there, and you can see there's even more play area to that, and then you can close it up. Just like I said, just like a Polly Pocket. Really, really cute playset. Again, an excellent detail. They do have these pegs. Like, you see a peg on the bottom of his foot, and then you'll see a peg in the playset. And that's what keeps him, or keeps the little guys in their little areas. So you can still keep them where they're like not going to be moving around because the peg holds them in place. But yeah, that's it for this. I want to make sure that. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. So, oh, I have no idea what this is. It's not a handle. It's a, see that? It's like a tail. I don't know what it does. It tucks in right there, but you can move it out and it does something. I probably have to look up like other videos on this, maybe the commercials. I do know they had a lot of toy commercials of these, and I would probably have to look that up to figure out like how kids played with these. But that's cute. So you tuck his little tail spine or whatever that was back in the slot, and then you want to put your little woolly mammoth back in, and then your little guy that carries a rock that's also his eyeball, and then you want to put little Mr. Mighty Max back in his little cell there because that's where he chills at. And then you just snap it all back all together, which I'll probably do off camera to make sure I got it right. And then I'll probably give these like a little wipe down or a clean. That's just me and my little... Look, I just dropped it. Luckily, I can see it. Oh, see, this gets me nervous about these little tiny parts in these play sets. If I happen to lose one little piece, it'll drive my anxiety crazy. So, yeah, all right, that's it for these, for this quick review of these really, really cute, Mighty Max play sets. I really, really like them, and, I really got a good price on them, from my buddy's toy shop. So, thank you for that. And, yeah, if you're, want to check out, my buddy's toy shop, he's online on Facebook, on Instagram. I believe he even has a YouTube channel. You can check him out. He does ship. And yeah, go ahead and check him out and see what he has. He has vintage and modern toys. He even has some girls' toys, a lot of collectible toys, a lot of adult collectible toys, and of course a lot of things for the kiddies. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. And drop me a comment. Let me know if you have these, if you like these, if you plan on getting some. They seem to be a little bit more harder and harder to come by, especially in this condition, and especially complete. But all right, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!